we got to talk about why this thing is almost $300.
CTB, you know who it is.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy ConcisetheBarber, and we are back with another Concise review. And in this review, we got to talk about this clipper. It's been getting a lot of talk in the industry right now. Before the new year even comes, let's talk about this clipper and let's see what I have to say about it. So in this Concise review, we will be talking about the Instinct X. Let's get into the unboxing. All right, so on my Concise reviews, I like talking about the price. And the price for these, man, I was not expecting this, but this is what they have it at. The price for these is at $269.95. This thing is almost $300. We got to talk about why this thing is almost $300, okay? So Instinct X, $269.95. You probably can find this, cheaper in other places, other barber supply stores, but on their website, $269.95. If you want a discount code, 15% off of that. It's probably hefty. Concise15 is the code that you can use. So that's what I have for the price. Let's get into the next thing, which is the power and battery life. So if you have used the Instincts before this, that's basically like the originator, the original ones. They were at 11,500 RPMs. This is the exact same thing. It revs up to the amount of 11,500 RPMs. But at base, when you do an RPM test, it does sit around 9,500 RPMs. And for the runtime, it does have a good runtime at 4 hours of a runtime and 2 hours of a charge time. Now it also says that the charge time can be, a little bit different because the intuitive torque control. Really not sure what that means, but they're basically saying that it might charge even faster depending on how much of usage that you use this clipper. So 2 hours of a charge time, 4 hours of a run time. Now, when it comes to packaging, honestly, I do like this packaging a lot. There's one thing I could probably say that's a con, but not really. It's just more preference. But the packaging, I do like the fact that this box right here, this has that big behind X on it. I like the sides of it, and then like the ghost written out Instinct X. Like, I think that was definitely dope. They did a good job with this. I would definitely say that when it comes to boxes, when it comes to just the creativeness of how their marketing looks, how their stuff looks on a box, STYLECRAFT really does. Like, they do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who's in control of that, but they're not going to lose their job because it definitely looks dope. So when it comes to the packaging, of course, you get the clipper. STYLECRAFT always seems to give you 3 lids. You get a charging dock, you get that screwdriver, you get the oil, you get a brush, and this came with a floating lever and a stretch bracket. Now, I am going to talk about this lever later in the video in performance section or observation, but I noticed that you might want to try it or you might not want to try it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but these are the things that come in the box. So when it comes to the design, this is where things have been talked about the most. A lot of people like the Instincts, but a lot of people didn't like the Instincts due to the fact that it was very small. They said it was doing too much, it was too loud. They didn't like how cheap, it might look cheap or whatever like that. I honestly love the Instincts, the original ones. There was nothing wrong with them. I like the design, the Invictus watch kind of looking type of clipper and trimmer combo. But the Instinct X, let's talk about this design. So the first thing everybody noticed that, okay, it has the same name as the Instinct, just has an X. So this is the second version. It is a little bit longer. It is a little bit slimmer at the bottom, and it's just real sleek, right? So this is why you see me with this rubber grip on it, because there's no way I feel that it's safe for me to use this clipper without the rubber grip. There's just no way, because it is really, really slick. Now, if you're using gloves, you probably won't have no problem, but I don't use gloves, so I needed the rubber grip for it. Now, the power button, it seems like these power buttons, it seems like the power button is like their most common thing that they're keeping all around the board when it comes to their clippers and trimmers. Recently, I know the Instincts, I know the Flex was a little bit different. So they have a few clippers and trimmers that are different, but it seems like they're really liking this push button in the front. I do like that as well. You do get the options to switch out the color wave. I definitely did switch out mines. You got the charging at the bottom, and it does have a USB option, but it is not USB-C, which I believe that everybody should get on the USB-C wave. Definitely think that'd be dope, but that's what we have with the Instinct X. Definitely thought that was somewhat of a downgrade. Not sure why they went that route instead of not just going with the USB-C. So the next thing I like talking about is the blade. So this blade is just a regular fade blade. I like their Vapor blade, Fusion blade. Those are the type of blades that I like when it comes to STYLECRAFT. That's their best blade. I kind of wish now at $269.95, I definitely believe that we should get an extra blade in the box. Hands down. Not even gonna say anything else but that. I definitely think that would have been dope to get an extra blade with this, to have those two blade options. If you're gonna give us a stretch bracket, I think it would be dope to get the Vapor blade with this blade for $269.95. For me, that is a must at that price. So I know a lot of people that like the fade blade, but I typically kind of steer away from it. There is some clippers I do use it on, but for 11,000 RPM, I like to have just a little bit more of an option to fade and to use for bulk. So nothing wrong with it. It's just preference at that point. So now we're going to talk about the performance of the Instinct X. So is there anything different from the Instincts than the Instinct X when it comes to performance? I would say no. I would say no. I think they basically perform the same exact way, but I do think that STYLECRAFT was giving us the option for having a clipper that is just a little bit longer and just a little bit different in design. So that's the 2.0 version to me. That it's just a little small things that they did to give us this, but I do believe at $269.95, I believe that there are some things they could have did a little bit more. So if people really wanted to get this, I definitely think that we should have just got a little bit more with it. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but it does perform well. It does great with bulk. It does great with fading. Nothing wrong, in that category. It does have a nice hum to it. It's not too loud. It sounds just like the Instincts. I would say just a little bit quieter when it comes to the clipper, or just around the same, but nothing wrong with this clipper at all. It definitely is a beast. It's a workhorse. I just don't know at $269.95 if this is something that you want to get. Now, like I said, with the Concise 15, with the 15%, whatever that price is probably like where it really should be at. So if I was you, I would definitely use it if you definitely want to try out this clipper. But for the performance, like I said, it balls out well, it fades well, it takes down bulk well, and you can't really go wrong using this clipper. A lot of people like this clipper. This is their go-to clipper right now. Like I said, it's okay, it's great. I mean, like I said, it's great, but I am looking at the price because it is up there in price, and I can say that I don't know if it's really hitting at that point. If they would have gave me an extra blade, I you know, I think I would have gave it more kudo points. But let's talk about the observation. And I told you guys I was going to talk about this click lever, well, just the floating lever in general. I did try to put the floating lever on here. However, when I did do that, the blade would move when I just put it up against anything. It would not stay in place. So I did switch it back to the click lever because I know the click is going to stay in place. So that was one thing I did notice about the Instinct X that I really didn't care for. Wish I could use a floating lever because I definitely like floating lever options, but I put it back to the click lever. Let me know if you don't have that problem. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, if I'm doing anything wrong, but that's what I got for the observation when it comes to this Instinct X. So for my concise review, is this something that's going to stay on my station? Y'all probably going to be surprised by how I've been talking about it, but it is going to stay on my station. I definitely like it. I definitely like using this clipper, but just to be real with you and be honest, I think for the price, I don't think that this is just something that's an easy grab. I definitely feel like that's optional. This is an optional type of clipper. It's not a must-have. I'm saying that it's staying on my station because I really want to give you guys more reviews and showing you like how well it works and, you know, just observe it even more. So that's my concise review when it comes to the Instinct X. So guys, thank y'all for watching. Please stay in tune of what I'm doing on my channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. Put that notification bell on, and I'll see y'all in the next one. And you guys don't want to miss these ones because they're going to be crucial for 2024. Be blessed.
CTB. You know who it is.